Hey guys, welcome to the channel. How is everybody? We've got a nice video today. How many times you've been told that push-ups don't work the biceps? A lot of people think that, right? Well, it's wrong. There is a push-up variation called the planche push-up, and I'm going to take you through some progressions in order to get to basically get to any level that you want to get to, as long as you follow these progressions. So the first one is strengthening your wrists. If you want to get good at doing the planche push-up, you need strong wrists. This puts a huge amount of pressure on your wrists. So if you have problems with them, I recommend you start using wrist wraps. If you want to go check out my buddy Strong and Conditioned, he just put out a great video yesterday that talks about the wrist wraps that he uses. He threw his code out there too. So go ahead and go to his channel and get the wrist wraps that he uses. He's used them for years and hasn't had any issues. So I highly recommend those. I used to use wrist wraps, but I've spent probably the last 18 months strengthening my wrists. I now don't need them anymore. So they work. I can guarantee it, and so can Strong and Conditioned. So I'll throw his channel description in my description. So first of all, get down like this, put your hands out flat, keep your fingers spread out, and then just lean with a pause. Lean with a pause. Lean with a pause. I want you to do this 10 times, okay? And then when you get out of that, give it a little shake. You keep you nice and flexible. Do the same, but with your wrists and your hands pointing the other way. Lean back with a pause. Lean back with a pause. Okay? And do this 10 times as well. When you're finished, shake it out. Next one, make a fist. Put your fist on the ground like this, and then I want you to flatten your wrists out like this. Okay? I want you to do a 2-second pause between each one. This is a brilliant strengthening, conditioning exercise for your wrists. Do this 10 times. If you can't flatten your hands like this, only go as far as you can go. If you need to bend yourself a little bit, but work in this progression. This is one of the best exercises to strengthen those wrists. But be careful, it's dangerous. Don't put too much pressure on your wrists. Only go as far as your body's telling you to go. So the next one, pretty simple. It's just doing some push-ups. In order to be able to do a planche push-up, you need to be able to do a normal push-up. So I'm not going to show the progressions of push-ups, but all you need to do is this, and then down. Down. You'll notice on the push-up, your hands are pointing forward. You're going to see the difference with the planche push-ups. Your hands are pointing outward like this. Okay? Anyway, so the next progression is the planche lean. What I want you to do here is start on your knees and lean forward. I want you to hold it for 10 seconds, okay? You're going to notice a lot of strain here. These exercises are fantastic for straight arm strength. So lean forward as far as you can go, and then just hold it. And then come back. I want you to do that 3 times for 10 seconds each. When you feel comfortable doing that, I want you to get up on your feet, have your hands out like this, and then lean forward. And I want you to hold that for 10 seconds. And then come back, take a little rest, and then lean forward. You're going to notice your hands and your arms are going to shake a little bit because you're going to be putting those joints and the muscles under a hell of a lot of pressure. And it's probably stuff your muscles and your joints haven't had to deal with before, because this is you're using your arms in a very different way. But this is a fantastic progression. Continue doing that. Next up is the planche push-up itself. So the way we do that is keep your hands like this, okay? I want you to just be very slightly shoulder width apart. Slightly bigger than shoulder width apart. And then come up like this, and I want your hands to be the same position as your shoulders, okay? And that's when you're just going to go down, down, down. That's your first progression of the actual planche push-up. You're going to have a couple more progressions as you move forward, and that's where we start doing the lean. That's where those leans previous to this are really, really, really important to get. So what we're going to do is we're going to lean slightly forward. So before our hands were in the same place as our shoulders, we're going to lean forward to where we're a little bit ahead of our shoulders. Go down in the same way. And you can even move your hands a little further apart. When you're doing the push-up, full extension. Full extension is incredibly important. You're not going to get the benefit of this exercise if you don't do the full extension. Form is very important when you're doing this, because again, you're putting a huge amount of pressure in your wrists and in your shoulders. So if you aren't doing correct form, you're not doing the exercise properly. Okay, we're going to lean forward more again. We're going to go all the way over. This is where you're on your tippy toes. And then you go down. Okay. This is where, if you want to stop the progressions, you're more than welcome to doing that. Because at this point, you could do this exercise for 2 months and really build up how you do it because of the lean. And ultimately, this can also help gain strength if you want to do the full planche, which is a very, very advanced calisthenic trick. Or it's not really a trick, but it's a kind of exercise, but it's incredibly difficult. Building the straight arm strength helps get you to that, and these push-ups will help you. Ultimately, you'll start to come off your toes a little bit to where you'll start to put full pressure on your arms. I'm not there yet. I'm probably not going to be there for a while, but it is something I'm working on. But if you want to take this progression one step further, elevate yourself a little bit. This is going to put more pressure on your shoulders and more pressure on your wrists. You're going to do the same exact thing. So we're going to get ourselves up on here, keep your feet apart, or keep your hands apart, and then down, 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 down. And then you will obviously be able to continue leaning forward and keep pushing that. So guys, that is, in my opinion, the best progression that you can do for the planche push-up. As I said, it's a push-up that works your bicep. So it's a very effective exercise building up that part of the body, so your shoulders and your biceps. But it's also really good for your straight arm strength training as well, which is important if you want to do, almost fell over there, sorry, which is important if you want to start getting into the tricks like the planche and all of that stuff. So I recommend including this into some of your routines. You don't have to do many for it to be effective, but you can start building up. But that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These are the progressions that I've used for this, and I still do a lot of them, even from the very basic ones. I do those strengthening exercises for my wrists every single day, and that's why I don't need wrist wraps anymore. So, you know, I'm your example of these routines and these progressions working. So have a good day, guys. I hope this helped.